Yeah, you know what? You're not that wrong. Like, think about it. Think how much Goku's grown just over the span of Dragon Ball Super. From the moment he met Beerus up until now, he's pretty much a different person in terms of power. Like, if you compared end of Dragon Ball Z Goku, like right after the Buu saga ended, to where he's at now, it is like flipping a coin. It's not even comparable. But then you think about it, that it's still an argument whether Goku can even compete with half of the destroyers, let alone any angel, the Grand Priest, the Zeno's guards, Zeno himself. And then you got the ridiculous power of Super Shenron, and God knows how powerful Zalama, the being who would have been the one that created Super Shenron, would be. Like, just imagine if we found out this kind of hierarchy in terms of power existed back when we were still in the realm of Dragon Ball Z. Like, think about it. In hindsight, the likes of Majin Buu is such an infinitesimal speck in comparison to the grand scheme and grand power that Dragon Ball's canon universe has to offer in terms of raw power. Like a being as feared as Majin Buu, even the strongest version would be literally not even a perceptible threat to even the weakest of God's destructions. And think about this. Think about Mirus, the what should be canonically the weakest angel, because he's technically still an apprentice. Just merely tapping into his angelic power, pretty much no diffed. The main powerful enemy of that arc in Moro. And the only thing that realistically stopped him from just soloing Moro himself was the literal laws of the angel's existence. So, even the weakest possible angel is no diffing one of the strongest antagonists who was at one of his strongest states in the entirety of canon Dragon Ball. Like, even with how strong Goku and Vegeta are, or hell, even as strong as their fusions are, what they could be theoretically right now, is still nowhere near the maximum capacity that this canon universe has to offer. It is absolutely insane just how strong and just how big of a gap there is that Goku could possibly go, assuming Dragon Ball even allows him to get as strong as the characters that exist in the higher tiers of power. Because think about it, the dude is already an exception among exceptions in sort of power. Like, he's the only mortal that can use Ultra Instinct to our knowledge. And he's already evolved it to like its next level. Yet compared to well over like a couple dozen characters that you could just name off of the godly hierarchy, are still realistically leaps and bounds ahead of him, even in his current power, which is absurd.